Now, if there's a increased number of vehicles, in the next 10 years, there's going to be a demand within the industry to provide more intelligent load management services for these large charging installations.
Hello everyone and welcome to another Parking Network video. Today I'm joined by John from EvoCharge. John, how are you doing?
Oh, great, Manoj.
Thank you for joining today. Could you please provide a brief introduction?
Yeah, my name is John Aune. I'm the product manager for EvoCharge. We're an electric vehicle charging hardware manufacturer located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota.
And what does your role entail within the company?
I work in a position where we're trying to perceive what problems and products or solutions are in the marketplace and deliver them to the customer in the EV charging realm. I guess it's a combination of product development, customer support, marketing, and it hands in all categories of the business in a support role.
So I thought we would talk a bit about load management, as it's a very key topic I find within EV charging. Can you tell me about its importance within this space?
Yeah, load management is is a control mechanism to restrict or have a handle on the electrical load that is being demanded from the electrical infrastructure in a building. There's two ways that this happens. One, if we just say load management in general, it's just the act of clipping demand or reducing demand from chargers on the service that is available. It can be done in one of two ways. One is through network control using OCPP commands is typically the way that it's done, or you could do a local load management implementation, and that's not using a network but having chargers talk in and amongst themselves to perform the same function. The reason why this is important as electrification of the transportation industry continues to grow and you see greater electric vehicle market share or uptake by consumers, the electrical load on buildings services continues to increase, and it's not an infinite amount of load that you can put on the infrastructure that a building currently has. There are limits to how much power can be delivered. So delivering the available power or that the infrastructure can provide is a necessity in widespread deployment of chargers. It's an intelligent way of using what's available to provide the greatest charging experience to everybody.
And can you tell me about, when it comes to EvoCharge specifically, how you may stand out in the market as a solution provider?
Yeah, EvoCharge, we provide charging hardware that is OCPP compliant, meaning that network service providers in the marketplace who run software solutions are very easily able to communicate with our devices and provide that local load management solution through the network service provider offering that they sell to customers. So there's that value proposition, but EvoCharge and the hardware that we provide also has the ability to do local load management, which is not as common in the industry. There are offerings out there where you can take two chargers and put them together and do a power share or a communication amongst two pieces of hardware. But EvoCharge distinctly within the industry is able to provide local load management for up to 20 chargers. Now that's enough to to service essentially an entire parking lot, and manage the draw from a great deal of chargers without having to connect to a network service provider if the customer chooses not to.
Is the magic of load management coming from the hardware or the software, especially for EvoCharge?
Yeah, I would say it's the firmware that's built into the hardware. So it's a combination of both, Manoj. The software that has been loaded into the device is capable of controlling the hardware that it's implemented in to give you that ability. Now, we could say that firmware is intrinsic within the hardware, then and that makes the EvoCharge hardware unique within the marketplace.
So that would also look at the future, especially within this topic. Where are things headed for EvoCharge when it comes to load management and the developments?
Well, I think most installations today are rather small, as customers continue to adopt electric vehicles or plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. Market share previously last year was, I think, about 3% of new vehicle sales nationwide. That number's expected to continue to rise to, I believe, 29 to 30% by the year 2030, meaning that there will be many more electric vehicles in parking garages, parking lots, navigating the streets. And those customers are going to have expectation to charge where they're parking during the workday or overnight. Now, if there's a increased number of vehicles, in the next 10 years, there's going to be a demand within the industry to provide more intelligent load management services for these large charging installations. And that means local load management and being able to innovate, provide better solutions or different solutions to meet customer needs is definitely going to be an important piece of EvoCharge's direction going forward.
Well, John, thank you very much for joining again for this interview. It was very informative.
Yeah, thank you, Manoj. I really appreciate the time and the opportunity to talk.
And thank you as well to the audience for watching today. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you again next time.